Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining another episode of Show and Tell by Bowl TV. I'm your host, Peter Salib, and this is the HorizonPro 4K projector by XGimi. Okay, so this is a super high quality projector that beats out projectors that are priced 2 to 3 times more. All right, so everyone I have over that has watched something on this projector is just generally impressed by the picture quality. When I set it up, it almost was magical. It was the most fast setup I've ever gone through, and it almost set itself up. It discovered its own self on the Wi-Fi. It did so many things on its own that I was like, almost like, how did they do it? So the HorizonPro, it's a 4K Ultra HD DLP projector. There's 2200 lumens, right? So that's the brightness. So that's a good amount. So you can watch it during the daytime and it won't be, poor quality because it's so bright in the room. There is 8.29 million pixels. So that's a lot of resolution, right? Really good picture quality. The sound, there is two 8-watt Harman Kardon speakers with Dolby DTS. So the sound quality and the power is pretty robust and very high quality because Harman Kardon is a top-notch name in quality of audio. So the screen size, the maximum will be 300 inches. That's a huge screen. I don't think I can even put up 300-inch screen in any of the rooms I have. Maybe if I do like an outdoor theater, I could probably do it. So there is a couple ports in the back. They keep it pretty simple. There's going to be 2 USB ports, so you can plug in stuff like stream players, like a Chromecast, which is built in, or like a Roku TV or Apple Stick or a Fire Stick. There's a LAN port, so you can plug in your Wi-Fi. You could connect Wi-Fi, or you could do Ethernet directly and get super high speeds. There's a power plug, of course. There's the audio, the 3.5 millimeter audio, and then there's also the optical. So you can get optical as well for really crisp audio. There's Bluetooth 5.0, the Wi-Fi, it's dual band Wi-Fi, so whether it's a 2.4 gigahertz network or a 5 gigahertz network, you can connect to it, no problem. The lamp life of the bulb, 25,000 hours. So you can watch a ton of content on this before you need to do any maintenance to this. You can project with orientation sent to the front, the rear, the ceiling, and even just desktop. So you could pretty much set it any way you want to in your environment. The OS is really cool. This runs on Android TV. 10.0, and probably there's a firmware upgrade, so it's probably not 0.0 anymore. There is intelligent screen adaptation technology built into this. So when you turn it on, it's going to set up the picture automatically on its own. There is screen alignment, there's auto keystone, there is intelligent obstacle avoidance. So when you turn it on and it sees that you have a painting here and an outlet there, it's going to adjust the screen size so it fits into an area without obstacles. And of course, there's autofocus, right? It's going to make sure that it's very clear and very crisp. So all of those features working together, they always produce a really nice picture that's just effortless. You don't have to go through a million settings and do manual adjustments. So that's really, really neat. If you want to set up your projector to the side, right, like that, and you not have it be directly in front of you, you can do that, but you will have to manually adjust the keystone to correct for the placement of that, right, where it's not just center in front of you and it is to the side. So that's really neat too, that you even have that option. So there's a lot of software working to make all of this really possible, in addition to all of the screen enhancements I just mentioned. So first is the XView 2.0. This is an image engine that increases the clarity and fidelity of dynamic pictures, making colors more pure and realistic, and this helps make an immersive experience that theaters and projectors are known for. Next is the MEMC This is frame interpolation technology. It's proprietary to XGimi, and their tech for this is basically to compensate for the 60 hertz refresh rate. So motion content, this uses an algorithm to prevent any image flutter, any tailing when you're watching content like games, sports, or movies. So this is how it's going to compete with TVs and other screens that are doing, right, 120 hertz or 240 hertz refresh rate. Projectors all around the board, you're not going to see higher than 60 hertz refresh rate. So there's always some software in there to make it, more souped up and crisp for, the fast action stuff like games and sports and movies. The next up is HDR10. This is going to bring 1.07 billion colors and 10-bit color depth to this projector. So the colors are unreal. It's really, really nice. There's also AI brightness adjustments. So there's a built-in optical sensor. It will detect and respond to changes in the ambient light in the area. So the projector will detect how bright it is in your area, whether you have your blinds or curtains closed or open. It's going to adjust the brightness automatically regardless of what the light situation is. There is a bunch of apps on here. You get access to everything since it is Android TV. You get all of the apps like YouTube, HBO, Showtime, and all of that good stuff. You have plenty of storage to download as many apps as you like. There's 32 gigabytes of storage, so plenty of space. The Chromecast is built in, so you don't need to get a separate dongle unless you're gonna want like Apple TV or something else that you're already using. So that works really cool. There is a remote control as well for this. There is Google Assistant built into the remote. So all you have to do is press the Google Assistant button on the remote and say, hey Google, do this, do that. You can control obviously the projector and everything it's doing, but also interact with all your smart home devices because Google Assistant is your Google Assistant across all of your devices. That's how it works. So for gamers, this does have really low latency. It can reach as low as 35 millisecond for the low latency. And for my understanding, almost all projectors right now, smart projectors, they're not able to play Netflix directly. So Netflix has some internal policy and program where every device that plays Netflix app has to get certified by them. So this company, XGimi, is actively working with Netflix to get that certification and get Netflix operating here directly. But until then, the way you will get Netflix on here is through a separate connected device, like a separate Chromecast or Apple TV or Fire Stick. And there's also an app that you can use instead called Desktop Manager. So those are the two workarounds to get Netflix on here. And I gotta say, besides the Netflix thing, I didn't really find any other downside to this projector. It is $1,700. It's available on us.xgimi.com, so it is pretty pricey in terms of, a projector or even a TV in all relative terms. But when you consider the quality and that it beats out projectors that are going for $5,000, the value makes it make sense. So this is the 4K Horizon Pro by XGimi projector. Check it out. Hope you enjoy more. Tune in for your next episode. And if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit subscribe right here. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.